After the history-making 17th world title win by John Cena at WrestleMania 41, beating the record held by Ric Flair, the real question remains, is it really 16 title reigns or more? It's time to explore the myths and facts surrounding the Nature Boys championship history. It's episode 10, Who's the Man?
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport.
as God is my witness, he is broken in half.
But I'm better than you, and you know it.
You want some? Come get some.
Acknowledge me.
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
Welcome, wrestling fans, to the Wrestling Universe Channel's podcast, where pro wrestling fans discuss what we love, pro wrestling. So as always, if it's your first time listening in, we, the Wrestling Universe Channel, would like to thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you have returned, we want to give you a special shout out of thanks for sticking around the Wrestling Universe Channel. We invite you to follow us on YouTube and Spotify. Links below. With a tear in all of our eyes.
Wait a minute.
Okay, maybe just mine. Pro wrestling fans around the world witness history being made at WrestleMania 41 as John Cena beat Cody Rhodes to become the 17th time world champion. But we all know records in pro wrestling are meant to be broken. Yeah, many are still sore about that one. But what is fact and what is fiction, and what is acceptable and what is unacceptable? Because video archives and personal quotes say that 17 is not correct.
What?
So after some careful research, we at the Wrestling Universe Channel looked around to basically assist in setting the record. The Nature Boys record straight. The official count versus the real count. WWE officially acknowledges Ric Flair as the 16-time world champion. However, Flair himself claims to be a 21-time world champion, and some wrestling historians suggest the number could be as high as 25 or 26. The discrepancy arises from several title reigns that WWE does not recognize, often due to matches being non-televised or occurring in promotions outside WWE's purview.
My head hurts.
Wait, so in a way, this right here kind of goes along with the non-recognition of the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase then too, if you think about it. But that could be a completely different topic for a podcast. It is interesting that Triple H does have a high respect for Ric Flair, and really, he could change wrestling history if he wanted to, because we all know who really put this world title discrepancy into law.
No chance, so that's what you got.
Yeah, exactly. When you really dig into Ric Flair's career, he's technically a 25-time world champion, depending on which title changes you consider legitimate. Ric Flair himself seems selective. He doesn't count some of the dual title reigns, where one reign covered multiple belts, but does count a few of the phantom title switches he orchestrated without official approval. While WWE sticks to recognizing Ric Flair as a 16-time world champion, which honestly keeps things a lot cleaner for fans, you can argue that even their vision includes some questionable reigns. Flair's view is even messier. He counts some, but not all, of the disputed title changes during his long NWA run. For example, he lost the NWA title to Jack the Nero.
Who?
I know I probably butchered that last name. In Puerto Rico, only to reclaim it quietly the next night. Moves meant more to protect the local heroes than reflect official title histories. So breaking it down by promotion, Ric Flair is a 9-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, a 7-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, a 2-time WCW International World Heavyweight Champion, and a 2-time WWF/E champion. And if you can do the math, 9 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2, that's 20 recognized world titles. Let me repeat that again. That's 20 recognized world titles.
Respect. RESPCT.
But if you factor in the unacknowledged switches, overturned losses, and international incidents, Ric Flair could very well be a 24 or 25-time champion.
Damn!
What's fascinating is that even among WWE, WCW, and the NWA organizations that all officially pegged him at 16 reigns, there's no real consensus on exactly which 16 reigns they are counting. It adds to the myth, the legend, and the never-ending debate about whether Ric Flair's true world title count will ever be universally agreed upon, or if fans even really want it to be. Now bear with us. As we said, we did some research here, so we're actually going to go in chronological order, an overview of Ric Flair's recognized world title victories, and then also go into the unrecognized world title situations. September 17th, 1981, Ric Flair defeated Dusty Rhodes for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in Kansas City, Missouri. November 24th, 1983, Ric Flair regained the NWA World title from Harley Race at Starrcade in Greensboro, North Carolina. May 29th, 1984, Flair defeated Kerry Von Erich in Yokosuka, Japan to reclaim the NWA title. August 9th, 1986, Flair won the NWA title from Dusty Rhodes in St. Louis, Missouri. November 26, 1987, Ric Flair defeated Ronnie Garvin at Starrcade in Chicago, Illinois. May 7th, 1989, Ric Flair regained the NWA World title from Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in the conclusion of the 3 greatest match series ever at Wrestle War in Nashville, Tennessee. January 11th, 1991, Ric Flair won the NWA World title from Sting at a house show where cameras were rolling in East Rutherford, New Jersey. January 19th, 1992, the first time the world title of the WWF was on the line at a Royal Rumble, and Ric Flair made history, capturing the WWF Championship in Albany, New York.
With a tear in my eye.
September 1st, 1992, Ric Flair defeated Macho Man Randy Savage for the WWF Championship in Hershey, Pennsylvania. July 18th, 1993, Ric Flair won the NWA World International title from Barry Windham in Biloxi, Mississippi. December 27th, 1993, Ric Flair defeated Big Van Vader at Starrcade in his hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. July 9th, 1995, Ric Flair regained the WCW title at the Great American Bash from Macho Man Randy Savage in St. Petersburg, Florida. May 15th, 2000, Ric Flair defeated Jeff Jarrett for the WCW World title on Nitro in Biloxi, Mississippi. So that's the chronological list of Ric Flair's recognized world title victories. So then, let's bring up the unrecognized reigns. Now, several of Flair's title reigns are not officially recognized by the WWE due to various reasons. Majority of these happened in the 1981 to 83 range, and you too can check the list of NWA World Heavyweight Championships and champion history over at fandom.com. Link is provided below in the description, so please, we encourage you to check out this amazing list, and you too can see the unrecognized reigns of Ric Flair's lost and regained titles. For example, some international matches. Ric Flair lost and regained titles in countries like Puerto Rico, New Zealand, and Japan. These matches were often non-televised and not acknowledged in WWE's official records. There's also the Midnight Rider incident. In 1982, Ric Flair lost the NWA title to the Midnight Rider. Spoiler alert, it was Dusty Rhodes under the mask. Since the Rider refused to unmask, the title was returned to Ric Flair, and the reign was not officially recognized. And let's not forget the double pin controversy. A match between Ricky Steamboat in 1994 ended in a double pin, leading to a brief title vacancy. Flair won the rematch, but the initial title change is not counted. And what about the unification title match? Clash of the Champions 27 from Charleston, South Carolina. Ric Flair was the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Sting was the WCW International Heavyweight Champion. The two of them collided, with Ric Flair going over on top. Even though this was a unification match, it isn't recognized by WWE. But surprisingly, they recognize Randy Orton's win over John Cena at TLC 2013.
Oh, there's a big surprise!
Could you please tell me the difference of that unification match in 2013 compared to the one at Clash of the Champions 27? Ric Flair himself has acknowledged the discrepancy in this title count, stating in Ric Flair fashion, "I've had more world championships than you've had women." Typical for Flair. Other wrestlers have also weighed on this matter. For instance, the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, in discussing John Cena's 17th title win, acknowledged the complexity of comparing title reigns across different eras and promotions. Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley, has discussed the possibility of Flair's record being broken prior to WrestleMania 41. He suggested that under Vince McMahon's leadership, there might have been a push to surpass Flair's record. However, with Triple H at the helm, Bully Ray believes there's a greater respect for Flair's legacy, making it less likely for WWE to promote someone overtaking his record. How wrong Bully Ray is now. And there's countless others that have said, which is crazy to me, that when John Cena surpassed Ric Flair to become the 17-time champion, that it's just a number. And honestly, yes, we agree that what we watch is entertainment. It's play fighting. We get it. We understand it. We enjoy it. But people in the wrestling industry are calling records just numbers? Well, then I guess for the past 50 plus years and more, all records that we ever talked about, or records you ever talked about, that were boasted to get people involved, to buy a ticket, to purchase a streaming service, a pay-per-view, whatever, should never be mentioned again. So you can remove all of these number records from your conversations or broadcasts. You should never mention winning streaks again, title reigns, rivalry matches, match lengths, win-losses in rumbles, events, or even attending cities. Because all of those conversations are just numbers.
Drop!
Exactly. Let's go home.
Why didn't you just go home?
Safe to go home now.
That's your home!
Think I'll go home.
Go home.
Are you too good for your home? Home!
Look, let's be real, folks. Ric Flair didn't hold championships. He collected them like your crazy uncle collects old action figures he swears are worth a fortune someday. The man lived the world champion lifestyle, 365 days a year, limousines, jet flying, kiss stealing, and title winning. And honestly, saying Ric Flair is only a 16-time champion is like saying Babe Ruth only hit 500 home runs, if you don't count batting practice. It's ridiculous. The truth is, Ric Flair lost and won back that belt more times than some wrestlers even had matches. Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Japan, random NWA territories where the handshake deals mattered more than the paperwork. Ric Flair made championships and crushed hometown heroes on the fly. Half of those title changes were for business. The other half were because, well, it was Ric freaking Flair. And nobody told him no. And sure, WWE wants a clean 16 because it's easier for posters, t-shirts, and Hall of Fame videos. But any true wrestling fan, anyone who's actually wooed at a TV screen with pride, knows the record's dirtier than a bar fight after last call. 24, 25, maybe even 26. You know, honestly, who cares? The icon, the legend, the man, Ric Flair earned every one of them, whether a promoter liked it or not. If you want to fix Ric Flair's record, you have to chase him through 3 decades of territories, arenas that don't even exist anymore, and a few sketchy after parties to even get close. The bottom line, Ric Flair didn't just break the mold. He styled and profiled right past it. The real record? It's bigger than 16. But yes, it's messy. It's also chaotic. But it's pro wrestling. It's Ric Flair, and it's perfect. So let's do a favor. Let's fix the record. And let's do it while the man is alive to enjoy it, because he put his body, his life on the line. And we're not talking about his off-the-cuff lifestyle. We're talking about his job. So it's not 16. It's not 17. Scratch the 16 and make it 20 or 21. Give credit where credit is due. If anyone has respect for the man, then give the man his due. As always, we appreciate and thank you all for taking the time to be a part of our episode here on the Wrestling Universe channel. Please let us know how we did, or if you have anything you would like to contribute to this episode, we would love to hear your feedback. And you know the drill. Follow us on all of our social platforms, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify, and we look forward to the next episode. So long, wrestling fans.